There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. We won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. Hey friends, this is House of the Lord in the key of A, and this is a really simple way to chord along to this song. I hope you enjoy. Make sure to stop the video, and if you click on the description below, you'll find the link to the chord sheet, and it'll make a lot more sense. All right, so let's dive in. We have actually 5 chords, 4 that are used almost the entire way. And let's go through those. So if you look for this group of 3 black notes, actually I'm probably going to play it up here. So this group of 3, this is middle C. This is just where I'm playing this song. But here is the group of 3. Here's our A note. So we put thumb there. We're going to pick up this black note and then E. So we have A, C sharp, E. Those 3 notes played together make up this A major chord. Okay, and if you imagine that being this shape of a triangle, that kind of helps you to remember what notes you're playing and kind of more like a shape rather than just the notes of the name. Okay, so here's our A major chord. And then I want to teach you 2 more triangle shapes. Okay, so if you freeze this hand in your, freeze these fingers like this, move down here to the D position, D, F sharp, A. Okay, we have another triangle shape. Remember, just kind of that white, black, white makes that triangle shape. Okay. And then our last major chord is this E, G sharp, B, and it makes that triangle shape as well. Okay, so A, D, E. Then we have our F sharp minor. So if you play this F sharp here, play this white note, and then this black note. So we have F sharp, A, C sharp. That makes kind of this upside down triangle. So we have 2 black notes and the white note in between. And I usually use fingers 1, 2, 5. Okay, so that's F sharp minor. Okay, then our last and final chord is the B minor, and we're rarely going to play this, but it's B, D, F sharp. Okay, and it kind of makes this curved line. Okay, B, D, F sharp. So review, we have our A major chord, our D, our E, then we have that F sharp minor, and then we have B minor. Okay, so left hand is going to be playing single notes just to keep it really simple. So I'm probably going to line up A right here on our thumb and line up these 5 fingers. And then we're going to play, when we play a chord up here, we're going to play single A. So A to A, okay, D to D, E to E, F sharp minor to F sharp in the bass. Okay, then when you play that B minor, you can come down here and play single note down here, but I'd try to do it in a way that you don't really move this hand a whole lot, so you kind of keep this position in a place where you won't lose where you're at for the whole song. Okay, so here's B minor with just a single B in the bass. And if you just want to omit that B in the left hand, you can, because it's rarely played anyway. All right. Okay, so I'm going to sing through verse 1 so you can see what it sounds when we add in the vocals and the rhythm, and then I'll break down the rhythm for you. All right, here we go. We worship the God who was. We worship the God who is. We worship the God who evermore will be. He opened the prison doors. He parted the raging sea. My God, He holds a victory. Okay, so what we're doing to bring the 2 hands together is a rhythm I call 1-to-2 ratio. This song is written in 4/4 time signature, so it kind of has this nice steady marching rhythm. So this 1-to-2 ratio, or together right, works like this: together, right, together, right, together, right, and so on. So you could practice that on the A chord. Just a nice steady marching rhythm. And that gives you a good foundation to play this song through chording, okay? All right, so let's go through verse 1 together. We worship the God who was. We worship the God who is. We worship the God who... Okay, here's that F sharp minor. You can tuck in here. Use one finger, fingers 1, 2, 5 if you want. Whoever... Okay, F sharp in the bass. More be. Okay, let's go back to the A. He opened the prison doors. He parted the raging sea. My God, who, F sharp minor again, holds the E, victory. Okay, so let's just take a look at patterns for a minute. So you have, in the first two lines, you have A, F sharp minor, E, D. Next two lines, A, F sharp minor, E, D. So there's that 4-chord progression, just playing those 4 chords in that order. Okay, so you could probably practice that in your right hand, just going through those chord transitions from one chord to the next. Because if you notice patterns in your music, it helps simplify tremendously. Okay, so verse 1 and 2 are the exact same. Let's jump into that chorus. And when you're beginning this, you could just omit the left hand right away and just play right hand only as well. Okay, so here's the A chord. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the... Here's E. Lord to D. Day. Okay, that you didn't have enough time to do this together, right, together, right. So sometimes you're block chording through it. So you're just playing Lord today, 1-to-1 ratio, so to speak, okay? And he won't be quiet. We shout at your A. Praise, there's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely, here's E, in this D place. And we won't be quiet. We shout at your A. Praise. Ooh, here's that interlude there. Shout out your praise. Okay, then verse 2 goes again. We sing to the God who heals. Okay, which is the same as verse 1. All right, let's take a look at that bridge. A kind of comes into it again, and the first two lines are just A, E, A. A, E, A, okay? The next two after that aren't repeating, but try to notice a little bit of commonality and it helps kind of break it down, okay? Here's that A chord. We were the beggars, now we're E, royal A, T. We were the prisoners, now we're E, running free. We are for F sharp minor, given, accepted, redeemed by his grace, A, grace, the E, house of the D, Lord sing, A, praise. Okay, I forgot to mention in verse 2, line 3, you do have, that's when they throw in that B minor, okay? Because let's take a look at that. Let's go back to verse 2, line 3, where it's saying, because he hung up on that cross, okay? Because he hung up on that cross, then he, okay, here's that B minor, rose up from the grave, here's F sharp minor, God still, E, rolling stones a D way. Okay, and if you want to cut that out altogether, you totally can. Like I said, verse 1 and 2 are the exact same, minus that little B minor that they threw in there. So if you just want to cross out that B minor, that's totally fine. Otherwise, you toss it in there with this B minor. Like I said, it's rarely played. And the way ending, there is a little bit of a chord progression that uses it as well. But otherwise, you can probably omit it through the whole song if you're kind of a beginner and you want to cut that out. That's totally fine. Okay. All right. So I'm going to play it beginning to end. You can go back to the beginning. You can slow the video down as well in the settings and have a lot of fun. If you find you mess up, just find your next chord, word, syllable that you can jump in with me and keep going. All right, here we go. We worship the God who was. We worship the God who is. We worship the God who evermore will be. He opened the prison doors. He parted the raging sea. My God, he holds the victory. We shout out your praise. We sing to the God who heals. We sing to the God who saves. We sing to the God who always makes a way. 'Cause he hung up on that cross, then he rose up from that grave. My God, still rolling stones away. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. And we won't be quiet. We shout at your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. We won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. We shout out your praise. And we were the beggars, now we're royalty. We were the prisoners, now we're running free. We are forgiven, accepted, redeemed by His grace. Let the house of the Lord sing praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. And we won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. We won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. We shout out your praise. We shout out your